Hi everyone, it's Donna from Spaceman Paper Crafts, and I am here with a design team video for Gareth at createathomewithg.com. I haven't been on for a while. We've had a few family issues. We had a loss in the family, and health-wise it hasn't been great, but thank God I'm still here to do craft videos. So I want to start off by showing you the items that I got from Gareth. All the links you'll need for his store and his YouTube will be in the description bar below. I'll leave the links there for you. So I want to show you what I bought, and then I'm going to go in and show you, go into the tutorial for the card. So I bought these foam pads. These are really good foam pads, and they are quite thick, and they're quite sort of sturdy. I'm not sure if my camera's actually going to focus. Maybe if I bring it down a bit, there you go. Looks clearer, hopefully it is. So yeah, I got 2 sheets of these because these are really handy to have. I like to top up every so often and have like a, you know, a stash of these. Then I got this really cute stamp set. This is the one I'm going to be using in the card tutorial today as well. Isn't that so cute? Let me get something so you can see it. That is so cute. It's got the little bunny in the cup this way, and then the bunny head first in the cup that way. It's got lots of coffee and sort of tea sentiments, so I'm going to be using that in this video. Just put that to one side. I'm also going to be using this set of dies in the video as well. I'm probably going to be using maybe the middle-sized one, so I'll be using that die set as well. This is a really cute set of nesting dies. Really nice size for cards. Then, because Father's Day is coming up here in June, I got this Father's Day stamp. This is a Crafter's Companion stamp, and I thought it was really cute with the little elephants on. And then I got some tools. I've opened this one so I can show you the thinness of the nib. These are the fine Sharpie markers. I don't know if you can see how fine that is. So it's really nice fine nib on those. These are great. I use these when I'm creating templates or things like that, and they're always handy to keep in my stash, so I've got 2 of those. I also purchased this embossing tool, and Gareth has been using this quite a bit in his videos lately. It's a wooden one. It's really quite sturdy. You know, I'm putting quite a bit of pressure on that and on that end, and they are really quite sturdy. And for the money as well, I mean, you can't go wrong. These are really good. So I'll probably be using this in the video as well to create my card base. And then something that I always need in my stash, because I put it down and then can't find it, and then, you know, I've got a little like organiser at the side of me here that I've put all my bits and pieces in. But sometimes when you're crafting, I don't know if you're like me, but I'm a messy crafter, sometimes you put things down and then you can't find them again. So I've got 2. I've got one to use and one to keep in my pot next to me in case I lose the one that I got to use. So they're all the bits that I bought from Gareth. So again, as I said, all the links to the store will be in the description bar below, and I'll be back in a few minutes and we'll start the card tutorial. Okay guys, so I've got my card base cut. This is a 6x4 card base, and I use my scoring tool to score, fold, and my bone folder to burnish the sides. So I had a difficult time deciding which size card would work with this idea that I had, but I settled on the 6x4. now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just cover it. This is some paper that I have in, I had in a lawn form pack. So I'm just actually going to use art glitter glue and just cover the whole card base. And then I'm just going to line that up then with the hearts going the right way. And make sure it's top and bottom, because it's a 6x4 card. The length is already cut at 6, so I'm just going to get my bone folder and just give that a bit of a burnish down. Just let that glue spread. So I'm just going to pop it in my trimmer and just trim that piece off. Okay, so next thing I want to do, I'm just going to move this bit out because this is for later. So the next thing I want to do is I want to die cut some hearts down the side of the card. So I've got the middle die, and I'm thinking, let's see how what this measures at. So this measures at just an inch. So if I measure down and mark 1.5 inches, and then I can make a little mark with a pencil in the centre of where the heart will go. I'm going to measure in 1/2 inch, I think. Yeah, so measure in 1/2 inch, I'll keep that there. So then we'll measure in at 4 pencil marks there that I'm going to put this die on, and I'm going to cut these out. So before I do that, before I do the die cutting on here, I'm going to prep my other piece so I can do the die cutting at the same time. So I want to just keep this very girly, very pink. So I'm just going to get my spun sugar distress ink, and I'm just going to ink up this piece of cardstock. So I'm just going to let this dry, and then I'm going to die cut this into a circle, because that's where my focal image is going to be, and then I'm going to die cut the card using the heart die that we just measured. And then once I've done all my die cutting, I'll be right back. Okay, so I've done my die cutting. In hindsight, I would have used the smaller heart, because the circle that I've cut out is going to obscure one of those hearts. I'm not too fussed about that, but I would have either used a smaller circle next time, or the smaller of the 3 heart dies, this little one here. So I want to work on this piece for a minute. Now, instead of stamping in black ink, I'm actually going to stamp in Distress Oxide inks, and this is worn lipstick ink, and Distress Oxides are really good for stamping. The Distress inks themselves, not so much, but I love the vibrancy of the oxides. I'm just going to stamp that focal image just there. So cute. And then I've got one of the sentiments on the other side of my block. I'll actually remove this so you can see a bit better. I've curved it round. Let's try and line it up again. I normally put my stamp block down, make sure it's obviously clean. I put my stamp block down and then I line up the stamp, and these stamps are great because they are moldable, so you can move them, you know, if you choose to shape them, which is what I'm doing. And it's really difficult because I can't get it over my head, so I'm just going to pull it back a second so I can see if I'm straight. It looks like I am. And I'm going to stamp this in VersaFine in Onyx Black because I want the sentiment to stand out. So I'm going to, okay, I don't want to take it out of shot, so I'm just going to wing it and hope for the best. Should have really done it in my Stamp Perfect, but it's okay. So it just says, you have poured your sweetness into my life, which I think is really cute. So I'm going to leave that to dry for a second, and then back to this piece. Now I wanted it all very girly, so I found another pink piece of like watercolour type paper and cut it down to size. So I'm going to stick that on the inside. So I'm going to just put the glue all over the inside of the card, making sure I don't put too much on where the hearts are because we don't want it seeping through. And I think a little bit there. Oh, I think we're okay. So I'm going to line this up in the middle and line that up, push that in to the corner, and got glue all over myself, and just press that down. And again, just on the inside, I'm just going to take my bone folder and just give it a good press down to make sure we've got it nice and stuck well. Okay, so then all that's left to do now is to pop on my little sentiment piece. So I'm just going to use some of the foam squares, again from Gareth's store. I think I'll put 4 on, just to make sure. And then I'm going to use some Nouveau drops. So I'm going to use some Nouveau glitter drops, and I'm just going to use the White Blizzard just to give it a little touch of sparkle. So I'm just going to dot a few around the card. And after watching quite a few people use this, there's a few good tips. If you tap it on something, it tends to flatten out and look more like enamel dots. You can see the difference there, and it sort of flattens it out and they look like enamel dots. And I think that's really, really cute. And I think that's our card finished. So before I go, I just want to show you that nothing gets wasted. With the bits that I die cut from here, I made a couple of paper clips because they're the same back and front. So I just attached them on with some hot glue and made some cute little paper clips with the bits that are left over. So thank you so much guys for watching. As I said, all the links will be in the description bar that you'll need. The link for G Store, my email address should you need it, and also my Facebook group where you can come along and share anything crafty that you've made, doesn't matter what it is. We would all love to see it. So thanks so much guys for watching, and don't forget to check out Gareth's store. Take care guys, bye for now.